Hello and welcome to my second channel. My name is Elliot, I run a YouTube channel called The Retro Future and this is my desk. I recently upgraded my MacBook Pro to a Mac Studio and I got rid of my huge, unnecessary, clunky gaming PC that I very rarely ever played any games on. And I was reached out to by this company right here, Minus Forum, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that, but they asked me if I wanted to do a review on their prototype PC that is being released in middle of June, but you can pre-order them now. They come in at around $500. It's a very small form factor. It comes in this lovely little carrying case, and it packs a bit of a punch. There's also quite a lot of stuff that you can do with it, including adding your own external graphics card. It comes with all of the brackets and the cables to do that. It's very much a sort of an enthusiast brand. I think they make these PCs more so for like enthusiasts who are into sort of doing their own sort of bits of work and all that sort of stuff. And you can very much see that throughout some of the pictures that they put on their website. Not everybody's going to be able to do stuff like that. I'm also one of those people. I'm not going to be doing that. I just want to be reviewing what you get out of the box. So this is the Minus Forum. It's called the B550. Here I've got everything on my phone so we can have a look at it. So it comes in a few different models. You can buy it without the CPU for $319, or you can buy it with an AMD Ryzen 7 5700G or a 4700G. You can see there's a $100 difference between there. There's quite a lot of discounts on their website apparently at the moment. And then you can buy them with different amounts of RAM. So as you can see, you can spec this thing up quite high. I actually don't know what one I've got. We'll have to check that in a minute. But let's say we go for the most expensive one, 32 gigabytes of RAM, half a terabyte SSD, and the AMD Ryzen 7 5700. That's $800. That is quite a lot, but you can reduce that down if you bring the spec down a little bit. Plus, as I mentioned, a lot of this is customizable yourself. So in theory, you could just go for without the CPU and without the RAM, and you can pick it up for $319. So there's loads of stuff that you can do with this. Emulation is, I think, one of their focus. You can see there the Geekbench test and some of the games that it claims it can play and the FPS on each of those. I'll be honest, we're really going to be sort of testing its real world use case as opposed to serious gaming and stuff. I'll be honest, I think if you want to buy a massive gaming PC and you don't know how to do all of the sort of the modding stuff that this requires, go out and buy a gaming PC. But this has its place on my desk, and let me show you why. So let's take a look at the B550 then. So this is the pouch that it comes in. Really, really cool. Nice sort of hard shell protective case. And then you've got two sort of slots. The top slot is for the power adapter. Obviously they've crammed in quite a lot into this small case. The one thing they didn't put in there is the power supply. So you are gonna have a big chunky brick, but I think that's kind of fair enough considering if you were to put that inside it, it would be double the size. So we can set that down to the side, and then here is the actual PC itself. So remember, the base model of this, without any of the fancy stuff, is $300. So let's see what we get then for $300, because $300 is quite a lot of money, but it's not a terrible amount when you compare it to really powerful gaming PCs and stuff. So $300, let's see what we get. So the top is made out of plastic. Very flexible plastic. I should mention that this is the prototype review unit, but there's many things that we have to take an educated guess on that aren't going to change, and I would say that the build is probably there. It's probably at its final form. So you can see there, hopefully you can see that the top's quite plasticky. The top is very plasticky. I mean, it looks absolutely fine on your desk. That's going to look nice. A lot of airflow. That is actually an enormous fan that sits right there. So that is going to be quite a lot of airflow for when you're working, which is really good. On the side, you've got another big grill. This is all made out of metal. Now this sort of mesh here, again, is flexing with the press of my thumb. It's not something you're gonna be pressing a lot. You've got another little grill around the back here. Then you've got these really nice machined cutouts. Now I believe that this is that metal? I can't actually tell. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that is definitely metal. So this actual case is metal, which is really, really smart. This whole thing is made out of metal. The top's just plastic. They've done a lot of machining to cut all of that out, or laser cutting, whatever it might be. Over here, you've got a nice little grille as well. I really do like the design of it. Actually, I think the design is pretty much perfect. This strip here is a light, which is kind of cool. You've got the discrete graphics card interface on the side. We will take a look at that in a little bit, but it's not something that I'm going to be fully inserting a graphics card into. We'll just take a little look at it at the end. On the bottom, you've got another massive grille for airflow. It is made out of plastic, and then you've got these two little rubber sort of covers, which are to access some ports so that you can do some modifying and increasing the power and all the rest of the fancy stuff. On the back of the unit, you've got everything you could possibly need. There's 4 USB ports, there's 2 different HDMI slots and a DisplayPort slot. You've got that Kingsington lock thing, you've got your power input, headphone, microphone, Ethernet, and then your power switch over here. So we've plugged it in and set it over to the side. I want to take a look at the rest of the stuff that it comes with. So it's all in this big cardboard box. Let's just go ahead and remove whatever is left and have a little look. So my one has come with an HDMI cable, which is cool. We've got a bunch of thick cables here. We've got a couple of brackets, a few more brackets, some adhesive stuff, more brackets, screws, lots of different screws. And then you've got this part, which is the biggest piece. Again, more brackets, more screws, a lot of stuff, lots and lots of stuff. So this right here allows you to plug in a big graphics card. So in theory, you can make this thing an extremely powerful little computer, which is, it's cool. I like it. I like the fact that it has included that customization. I will never be using it, ever. But here is a clip of somebody using it, and as you can see, it does look really damn cool on the desk like that. Again, I think you do need to have a basic level of understanding on how to do this, but there's no sort of soldering involved. It's all just plugging in cables, plugging in a graphics card, a little bit of screwing, and you're there. So I do like that they've included that. It's not something I'm going to use. I'm more interested in the fact that it's a smaller little form factor, which can do quite a lot. Speaking of which, let's see what it can do. So this is what I'm interested in. Let's go ahead and turn it on. I just wanted it to be this small, powerful little thing that sits on my desk, doesn't take up a lot of room, and isn't loud. And I just want to use it for some light photo editing and that sort of thing. So let me show you what my #1 most use case scenario is for this PC, and you can figure out if it's going to be of a similar use to you. So for me, it's going to be photo editing. I use something called paint.net. I would like to get into Photoshop, but when this works for all my thumbnail needs, it's very hard to try and push yourself to get another piece of software, as I'm sure you can understand. So what we're going to do is open a small picture. This one here, this is a recent thumbnail that I did. And I'll just show you a rough sort of idea of what I do on here. And I have to say, this works so well. So this tool that I've just selected here is the Magic Wand tool, and that's going to sort of automatically select stuff, and then you can change the tolerance of that over here. So obviously we don't want it to select the cartridges or the skin from my hand, so sometimes you have to do a little bit of light work just to figure out exactly where the right tolerance is for you to then hit delete and have that transparent background. Now, as you can see there, that sort of live feedback is exactly what people actually care about in day-to-day use case scenarios. Nobody cares about how long it takes to render a video and how short it takes to render a video. The most important thing is that live update, because that is on your day-to-day, that is the workflow that you have, and that is the inconvenience of slower machines. And this, as you can see, works absolutely perfectly. So I can go ahead and remove all of the rest of the background. You can see that it's super snappy, very, very quick. I'll then clean that up with an eraser tool. And you can see there that the whole background is transparent. So that goes to show the level of Photoshop that I will be doing, and then I can sort of just add any sort of background that I want. That is the thing that I'll be using this for, and that is the thing that it works very, very well at. And I'm super excited because I wanted exactly this. I wanted a small machine that was able to hack just a little bit of light photo editing. And as you can see, it does that so well. Everything is super snappy, and I've worked on so many machines that just don't have that same level of snappiness, and it's exactly that that is what I want, and this delivers. So I'm really, really, really impressed and excited about that. So the other thing obviously people are going to be wanting to use this for is gaming. Now I'm sure it's going to be absolutely great at gaming. I'm sure it can hack that with no problems whatsoever, but you have to be relatively realistic. It is a small machine and it is currently only using onboard graphics. If you want to use this thing for gaming, you're going to need to plug in that extra graphics card and figure all of that out. And I don't think it's going to be too hard, and I think the fact that you can do it is really, really cool. And so I've got this 16 gigabytes of RAM, so that is actually upgradable. I've got the slightly more powerful processor, the AMD Ryzen 7 5700G. It's got 3.8 gigahertz there of a processing speed, I presume. It's got the 0.5 terabyte SSD, which is really, really nice, but it's cool to know that this is actually upgradable from the RAM perspective. Now, I suppose what we can do then, just to finish off the video, is dismantle it and have a little look inside the machine, because obviously the selling point of this is its form factor. So I definitely think we should take a little look inside it. So this small little port on the side is for that graphics card bracket. Now, I did watch a few videos on people who had done it, and it looks like it works absolutely perfectly. It's just not something that I'm super interested in. So this is where your little bracket is going to plug into, so that you can plug in the extra graphics card. And this sort of cutout here is so that this vent still has airflow. So we can plug that in like so, and have a little look at how that fits. There we go. Yeah, so that fits pretty smoothly like that, as you can see, plugs in, and then your graphics card is gonna go into there. It doesn't actually look like there's a lot of clearance there for that. Now you've got different cables which are gonna plug into these rubber ports, as I mentioned, but yeah, that's how that fits in. I imagine there's probably some way to secure that into place. I hope so, because that is not very sturdy otherwise, but there's so many different screw brackets and stuff that I'm sure that was probably one of the many brackets included in the box. There are many different companies making small computers. This is not the first one, and this will not be the last one, but let's take a look inside of Mini Forum's B550 and see what we think. So as you can see, there's the motherboard. A black motherboard, looks really, really nice. I think this right here is our SSD, although it does look like there is an expandable storage there for another one. And just natively, you can just plug it in there, screw it straight in, which is really nice to see. This is why I don't do computer reviews. Whatever this little thing is, there's a slot for another one that you can just go ahead and plug it straight into. So I'm not sure what it is. Realistically, I should know, but I don't. I think it's RAM or an SSD. I know that they look like that. So yeah, I can't tell you, but there's an SSD storage there, and there's another slot for whatever that is right there. So that's quite helpful, I'm sure, to some people. I don't really know. I don't really care either. This is exactly what I wanted for the purpose that I'll be using it for. Clearly, there's a lot of expansion for other things that you can do. And if you're into that sort of thing, check out their website. I've not received any money from this company, and I won't be receiving any money from this company, commission, nothing like that. I just wanted one of these things, and they sent me one, so big thank you to them. Go and check them out, go and give them a little bit of love. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what your thoughts are on this machine in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.